laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them, I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain, these are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent, you gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flick.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Hit on my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them, I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain, these are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent, you gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flagrant foul, your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless, say it now. You slacking in goaltending, my actions are bone chilling. Got the home court advantage, I'm back on the road winning.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come
I gotta
from.
hold a city down, anyhow. They gon' have to really bow. Totally dominate the game in front of any crowd. I keep it 100 while you only keep it 50 thou. I can conquer any style, victory is in me now. My time is now, who said it was later? It comes natural, I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming, they be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they been ducking me, you see lots of them running. Challenges, I embarrass them, they a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it, you just lied to the public. I serve a purpose, you nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me, you couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work, he ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Oh, what?
The 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-around. moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland. They're excited to be back out on the floor for game number 1 of the season, and I don't think anyone has doubts that they want to send a strong message tonight and tip off the new season with a win. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, I don't know, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year in winning the ring.
That was an incredible run.
Tá bom.
And a shot of Grant Park in downtown Chicago, right on the shore of Lake Michigan. Absolutely gorgeous. You can hear the roar here at the United Center. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got an Eastern Conference panel ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Now here's LeBron. Following the miss by Taj Gibson, and a wide open look for James, and he hits the jumper for 2. James has got the opening basket of the game for the Cavs. Rose kicks to Gibson, back to Rose. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Irving can't get it to go.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Stolen by Thompson. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. It's a beautiful jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Irving's got his first points of the night.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Kicks to Dunleavy. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Launches it, and there's Rose on the assist by Dunleavy. 6 points for Derrick Rose. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Irving with the ball. Dishes it to Thompson. Took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. They get Paul Gasol.
And that's really just smart basketball. You send a poor foul shooter to the line.
Yeah, and he was on his way to sending that one down, so the play is definitely to foul right there, which he did.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Now here's Love, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And that one's good.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Rose. That doesn't go either for Rose. Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, and you're talking about a very, very valuable play.
Good point.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Bulls trail by 6. Outside Rose. And Gibson kicks to Butler. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got his first points of the game.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
To the middle, here's Love. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now, here's Butler. For 3, Dunleavy. The shot is off. Good D by LeBron. The Cavaliers leading by 6. The drive by Smith. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Smith's got his second basket of the night. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way. And that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for Smith, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Mirotic has a wide open look. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. And Shumpert kicks to Fry. Brooks on the double team. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Dellavedova missing.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
And that one's good, Shumpert.
Well, he's back and playing in front of his hometown, and it's such a rush of adrenaline when that happens. So you're going to be dealing with friends and family, asking for tickets, but the chance to come back to play where it all started and put on a show for the people you grew up with, there's not much more that's better in terms of motivation. And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
Here's more. Following the basket by LeBron James. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. McDermott, no one around him, drains the 3-pointer. McDermott's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. James up top, covered by Mirotic. From 15 feet away, they get it back. From outside the arc, the shot no good. Noah, the shot is off. And we reach the end of the first quarter.
Que vergonha.
And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that...
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Cleveland, Kevin Love out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Irving. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Smith in at the small forward.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
The Cavaliers leading by 7.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Some changes for Chicago. Saul comes in for Joakim Noah. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. And Cleveland also making a change. Thompson's checked in.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Dunleavy's check in for Justin Holiday.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Here's Dellavedova, defended by Dunleavy. From the arc. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Right side Rose. Can they get it? That one a little long.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Dellavedova kicks to Love. From 11 feet away, and it's Dunleavy with the rebound.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Butler.
Cavaliers timeout.
Que time aqui, rapaz. Vambora.
So, timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. To the middle, here's Thompson. Some solid defense from Gasol.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Love the pass to Irving. Thompson against Gasol. And Thompson throws it down.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they're bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Here's what Chicago's going with right. Subbed in for Jimmy Butler. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Tá feio o bagulho. A coisa tá feia.
James against Gibson. Pass to Mozgov.
Vamos, meu filho, segura essa bola.
Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turn things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively. A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Pass to Shumpert. Cleveland moving the ball around. Irving drives in. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
And Irving with the basket on the assist by Shumpert. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Shots good by Gibson.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
The Cavaliers leading by 18. Irving with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Rose against Shumpert. LeBron outside. Irving, good look. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Rose. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Cavaliers lead by 20. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have been very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow as well as keep myself in a good group too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, he can't do it by himself.
Thanks so much, Doris. And
now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, the best part of their performance has been their offensive rebounding. So often it's overlooked, but you get 2 quality shots because of your effort.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Smith kicks to Irving. Another miss by Irving. And Jimmy Butler, now one of the best wing defenders in the game, certainly has the toughness, athleticism, the instincts. Very difficult to score on. Good wing defender, but also very tough inside, too. He's got a lot of grit inside the lane.
He really does. One of the best two-way players in our league right now. I mean, he was a lockdown defender in college, and scouts thought he would be that way in the pros as well. And let's face it, they were right. He can take opposing 2s and 3s completely out of their rhythm.
Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3, the small forward. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
And, you know, regarding Jimmy Butler's defense, I'm impressed that he keeps reaching new levels there, especially considering the effort he's been putting into improving his offense. Sometimes you have to give a little to get a little, but Jimmy wants it all.
Rose against Irving. Butler dishes to Rose. No good from outside.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard. And, you know, back to Jimmy Butler, we've spoken about him in the past as a guy on the cusp of stardom. Well, he's arrived. I mean, you can now count on him to play at a high level night in and night out, and he does it in such a quiet and unassuming way.
Here's Irving. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Rose. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
Smith the pass to Frye. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Frye's got his first basket of the night.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And Brooks, here we go. And stolen by Love. Now Smith. 9 points in the game so far. Irving kicks to Smith. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. And again, it's Cleveland.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
It's tipped. Dunleavy dishes to Butler. Brooks with no one around. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Here's Irving. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
The drive by Brooks. Good D by Love.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Gasol. And again, no good by Chicago.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
LeBron with the bucket.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
And Gasol gets it to go.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be selfish.
It's a pick by Love. Irving drives in, kicks it out to LeBron, shoots it. Noah with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noah. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. Justin Holiday comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Cleveland also making a change. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Kyrie Irving. Smith kicks to James. Look at that! Wow.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever?
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. There's the pick. Down low. It's tipped and stolen by Frye. Here's Dellavedova, defended by Butler. Pass to Dellavedova. It's all in by the Bulls.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
Holiday. Inside. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
The dish to Frye, 16 feet away. The rebound by Holiday. We're talking about Channing Frye last year. The three-point shot still there for the 2nd straight season, Greg. He hit the 2nd most threes among power forwards again, landing him back at Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Frye was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he...
Cara...
has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Portis. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Holiday. Clock at 6. And that one's on target from the wing. Holiday's got 5 now. Stolen by Holiday. Good if it goes. No good on the buzzer beater. And at the end of Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Here's Williams. On the court for Cleveland, we've got Jefferson. Mozgov is out there with James Jones. Then it's Williams. And it's Shumpert in at the shooting guard. Count the bucket.
Well, they've really put the extra effort in on the glass here.
Yeah, totally out-hustling their opponents. The coaching staff has to like this kind of effort.
And the pass to Portis.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Bobby Portis. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
Williams passes to Shumpert. Picked by Mozgov. Shumpert against Moore. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Chicago grabs the miss. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
Great positioning on the putback. And that's now 6 points for Timofey Mozgov.
Yeah, always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Chicago making some changes. Pau Gasol has checked in for McDermott, and it's Butler in for Ejuan Moore. Mirotic against Jefferson. Here's Williams. Gasol with the rebound.
Nossa, cara, eu apertei
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Feeds it to Jones from downtown, and it's good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs. And one thing about the NBA, there are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team, some on opposing sides, but there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings. Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
There's the feed to Mozgov. And he banks in the layup.
Wow, beautiful feed from Mo Williams.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. As you said, Greg, there are a ton of sibling pairs in the NBA. Even more, Clark, if you include the D-League.
Well, you start with the Plumlees, the Gasols, the Teagues, Zellers. For twins, you have the Lopez twins, Morris twins, the Zellers, Gasols, Teagues, Steph and Seth Curry. Count 2 with the D-League.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And the foul on Derrick Rose. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Fires the 3. Rose can't get that one to fall.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Outside jumper. Back to Jones. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Doug McDermott comes in for Mirotic. Justin Holiday's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
That one misses.
And you look at Joakim Noah, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want, but then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
Now, here's Fry. D right on him. The drive by Shumpert. Here's Mozgov. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. They've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat from deep.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
For Cleveland, they've gone through the 4th quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Cleveland.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted to do.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for LeBron James. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Now the Bulls with it. Brooks, the pass to Portis. Lets it go with the 3. That one's rebounded by Dellavedova. So it's the Cavaliers now. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That's his first foul.
Substitution for the Bulls. Taj Gibson. Each one more.
Nine seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
From deep three-point range, no good. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Kevin, you guys had a tremendous second half. What were the things that had to happen to win this game?
No, we all contributed tonight, and if we have a well-balanced, scoring and we're efficient on both ends, we usually end up winning the game. And, like you said,
the 2K Sports post-game show.